What's up, everyone? Good evening. How are you guys? Hope everything is okay. Hope you guys had a good day. So it's the second day of our new series of doing pre-market analysis together on a daily basis. It's an opportunity to look for trading setups for the day ahead, and the goal is definitely to look for A+ setups. So yeah, today it was a little bit of a ranging market, nothing much. Tomorrow we have CPI in the UK, we have unemployment in Australia, so it's important to pay attention to what kind of news you're expecting. CPI in the UK, unemployment is just on Thursday. So that's one of the main news for tomorrow. It's going to be straight away 7 AM, so I'm not going to even trade it. But if you're already positioned correctly, maybe you can take advantage of it. And we have also CPI in the Eurozone. Usually it doesn't really move that much the market. Basically, the data is already known as the individual European countries announced their CPI data before. Yeah, aside from that, not really much in terms of what to look for, more in terms of news. So dollar index again is still within the same range, hasn't really moved much. It basically filled the space within this level. Personally, I still think that it can move to downside, the way price respected the highs, the way price is challenging these lows for so many times now. Many people may be thinking about these levels as a level of support, so maybe expecting price to hold in here. However, I do expect that at least some liquidity, some kind of spike at least to happen below this level. If not, then the continuation to the downside. So with that in mind, again, we'll see. We do have this demand zone created today. Not going to be. We'll see what's going to happen on the dollar in here. Now, if the pound wants to move to the downside, if the euro wants to move to the downside, then the dollar is going to go and move to the upside, maybe fearing this price. If by any chance we do have dollar to continue to move down, then the others may go up. But as I mentioned yesterday, this week is not exactly about the dollar. There aren't had really many news regards to the dollar. It was today, the retail sales. Aside from that, nothing much. We have actually CPI and unemployment in the UK. We have ECB on Thursday, which of course is going to move the dollar, but it's more focused on the euro, and unemployment in Australia. So it's more of news regarding to the other countries, not exactly the US. Therefore, we'll see if we're going to have a little bit of a ranging dollar in here without proper momentum. India, we'll see. I at least expect these currency pairs not to be in alignment or super correlated like sometimes they are, especially when the main event or the catalyst is on the dollar pairs. So moving along from that, again, the euro index, this was something that we're looking for. Yesterday I mentioned, on Sunday as well, I mentioned that we're looking for price to fake out this double top in there. It still reacted from that extreme. It's okay, and in reality I was just looking for price to fake out this high, and we still have this level in here that can still hold price up. At least it's already some kind of fake out, and with that was also some trigger that you could expect and for the euro pairs. Again, the key point is mostly tomorrow, which is where is the euro is going to be, or this euro index going to be just before the ECB, right? So tomorrow night, Thursday morning, what is it going to be? So what kind of moves should we be expecting for the ECB on Thursday? So that's going to be the catalyst or the main point is going to be looking maybe for euro pairs to look for setups in there on Thursday. In here, yen index, nothing much. Again, I'm not really looking at the yen pairs at this point. I've been following the yen pairs for many weeks and months. Now with this move, just wait and see we'll see what's going to happen from here. Not even on my radar at this point. The indices continue to challenge the highs, kind of spikes here and there. There's still this spice in here, which can be quite interesting eventually for the S&P to go towards to. Nasdaq basically got really close to it or already retested in today's session, so it's trading slightly different, a bit more bearish Nasdaq comparing with S&P. Dow is just skyrocketing to the moon, so yep, let it go. We kind of talked about it on Sunday. Actually, it was Miguel that was saying that this could look like as a ascending triangle as soon as it broke to the upside, and there you go, the momentum, right? So he created this range, he kept respecting these lows and the momentum to the upside. Again, I'm not really trading this in here. In terms of indices, yes, eventually some kind of reversal in here could happen, and still in alignment, or kind of still aware of this space in here that could be filled. But for now, price is literally compressing quite nicely in here, as you can see how this was in alignment in there. So eventually, maybe at this point, it looks like you're going to create new highs, and after that, maybe tomorrow can have some kind of sell of opportunity. But looking at the Nasdaq already made that move down. So if the Nasdaq eventually moves even further down, or kind of goes up first before then both of them move to the downside. DAX didn't even look at it. Yeah, I kind of ran away from that. I was looking for slightly that fake out in there. Look for sales. Yeah, just dropped without even going there. So yeah, not really on my radar at this point. Crypto just continues. Yeah, really nice. It filled this range in here and it just continues. So it looks like the momentum on crypto is here to stay, at least at this point. So that's interesting. This looks like the really nice zone 1, zone 2 type of move, and then the zone 3, which may start, it's about to start, most likely now, which zone 3 is more of a compression. I'm going to do a video about how to separate the market kind of in 4 zones that can help us to identify what kind of setups or opportunities are going to be available in each specific moment. So between the zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4. Yeah, in this point, after this momentum, we kind of start now separate between a zone 2, which is this level, to a zone 3, which now starts a little bit in a compression. At least that's kind of the expectation. So a little bit starting to do a bit more of a compression, or create some kind of manipulation around this level, eventually to continue to push more to the upside in here. Yep, so that will be eventually what we're going to be expecting, until eventually price may go slightly higher in there. Yeah, so that's BTC. Ethereum hasn't really managed to break the highs, but it looks like it's kind of bullish in here. Yeah, Solana as well is moving nicely. So as we mentioned yesterday, looking now, I'm going to look at the individual currency pairs. One of the main pairs that we're looking for was the CAD pairs, which I'm going to look at it in a bit. It was still the pound as well. Pound was something that we're looking for. Gold just broke new all-time high, so we continued the momentum. We can mention that part as well, that it looks like it was about to create new all-time highs. For anyone that is looking to trade that momentum on gold, yeah, that's the opportunity. I'm more of a content trader, so I'm not really touching gold at this point. Oil also filled their spice and respected the engulf down, as I'll straight in here. Yeah, guys, if you have any levels, anything, any pairs that you are looking for, feel free to share. Let's take a look at them together. Again, one of the main reasons that we do this is actually to try to give us, first and foremost, to be prepared. Like, preparation is essential if you want to actually succeed in trading, and to be consistent is preparation. So before doing this pre-market analysis, whenever you want to do it, in the evening, in the morning, wherever, doesn't matter, as long as you do it, as long as you are over the weekend as well, in a bigger picture, at least you know what kind of opportunities you are looking for. You are one step ahead at least of the market. You start setting up your alerts to not miss the trades. So doing that part is important. That's why actually we're doing this now. And also to filter some trades, right? To filter some trades, to try to look for A+ setups, to try to see where the opportunities are, maybe to avoid some ranging markets, maybe to look for where the momentum is going to be, right? So we look at the news as well and try to see in the bigger picture as well where the market is. So yes, euro dollar, right? So yeah, yesterday started to turn. You did manage to fake out that high on the left. Personally, I was still looking for price to go slightly higher and not just pause in there. But apparently it was enough, just faking out this high, it was enough to create liquidity. Personally, I do think that price wants to go still slightly higher, and eventually, as I mentioned, can even go all the way there. Today it was a little bit, I didn't really participate on it. I noticed the goof down, so that was something that I noticed in the morning. So that was still looking for more a bearish move in there. Hey Miguel, how are you, man? And in this situation in here, this is quite a typical situation in the sense that when you have a spike like this, more often than not, price will actually respect the level underneath in here, right, at the base of it, and not exactly go all the way there. So that was a little bit of the expectation. Either price respects this level or goes all the way to the next one in there. Not really expecting price to pause in here, because it's literally just to collect all the orders in there and then create this range in here. And it was actually where price ended up reacting from. We do have this demand zone, basically where price just reacted right now. So we still respected this level. Yeah, maybe from here we can resume. Let's see how price reacts from the supply. But again, as I mentioned, I'm still a bit more bullish in here on the euro, at least somewhere towards that level. And in here, maybe can just respect actually this level, it's still fresh, and maybe just continue to go higher. So depending on where price is tomorrow, again, I don't really want to trade anything in here. I'll be looking for price still to go slightly more to the upside before aiming for any sell. So if the euro just continues to be somewhere in here, I'm not going to be really participating on it. Yeah, unless there's some weird PA that's going to be creating somewhere in here, and price will turn. We'll see. But again, preferably I'm just going to be looking something in there. Miguel, are you looking at anything? Did you see Dow? It just skyrocketed, like you mentioned, your ascending triangle. Just skyrocketing to the moon. Yeah, so yeah, euro and pound is the same thing. So trading box, you did manage to actually short that level. It already took some targets. Personally, I'm still looking for price to go to that level. It's still the same as I was looking on Sunday when I mentioned, which is that supply in there, in here, or somewhere then to the next one. Okay, so that for me is the one that is still fresh. I don't like this. I mean, this was okay PA, to be honest, but since I was already looking for price eventually to take that high in here, and in my opinion, there's literally a fresh supply in there, slightly higher, that will be more of the level. Again, it's unfortunate because I'm not really going to be in here to trade the CPI tomorrow at 7 AM. I don't really start trading at that time. So yeah, we'll see where price is going to be. Maybe there's going to be that spike. How far away is this? Yeah, still kind of 40 pips away from where we are now, 20 pips above this level. So that's going to be interesting, okay? Because we can maybe respect something here and just go. As you can see, pound has been bullish for the last 2 weeks. Basically, since the beginning of July, pound has been just moving to the upside, which means that it could be close to a potential retracement in here, and the CPI could be one of those catalysts for yeah, to make a move like that to happen. Otherwise, can be also catalyst just to continue push higher. Yeah, personally, I'm just going to be looking to see how price react from there. That was a nice level in there in this time frame this week. Yeah, so it doesn't really change anything for me in terms of the pound. Still looking for price to go slightly higher, and from here we'll see what's going to happen. Yep, in there we'll see what's going to happen. But now apparently, at the end of today's session, price is challenging to move to the upside again. Yeah, this one is still fresh in here. Basically, this demand zone. Then you do have kind of the next one. So overall, kind of within this structure in here, that's maybe where we can look for something. But yeah, but shorts for me, personally, I'll continue to just look above that level. This one was what time was this? It was the same time. Yeah, okay, we tested when Pedro was talking yesterday. Euro pound is another one that Yep, it's still around the level. I still want it to go slightly lower. So the same way that I want pound to go slightly higher, I would like euro pound to go slightly lower in here. Maybe retesting that level in there. I do like this one as well, and I do like this one quite a lot in here. But that's still a little bit farther away. Price maybe could just retest something in here and push to the upside. We start having a little bit of PI as well. Start to show a little bit of strength after such a, again, moving to the downside since the beginning of July. It's just the same thing as the pound. So we'll see what's going to happen in here, if we're going to have another spike with the CPI and then a potential turn. CPIs at this point where we are, it's one of those catalysts that can affect the market. Can start a new cycle. So that's something to bear in mind, right? So maybe a better CPI or worse CPI than expected, it could initiate a new cycle in here for the month ahead. So that's just something to bear in mind. And euro pound, for example, if there is a week that it may be worth to trade euro pound, this is one of them, right? Because we have CPI in the UK. On Thursday, you're going to have unemployment, and then you're going to have ECB, right? So if there is a week that we can expect some movement on the euro pound, it's going to be starting tomorrow. That's going to be starting tomorrow until the end of Thursday. It's not about the dollar this week, as I mentioned. So this is actually one of the opportunities that you can try to look for some momentum in here, right? So most of the time, as you can see, euro pound tends to range in here, and that's usually when you do have euro, mostly because of the dollar, right? So we have euro and the pound moving in the same direction, then eventually just creates a bit of a range on the euro pound until there you go, right? This week, these last 2 weeks, pound has been quite strong, and we have this move to downside, and now this week can still continue to look for more opportunities. And that is important because, again, if you by any chance you find an opportunity on the pound, but all of a sudden it's just focus on the dollar, most likely you're going to have a ranging market on the euro pound. So yeah, this week's going to be quite interesting in here. Tomorrow until, again, as I mentioned, Thursday in the evening, we'll see where this euro pound is going to be. Still looking for price to go slightly lower in there. Yeah, Aussie just moved to the downside, actually took these lows in here, kind of went all the way a little bit there. It was not exactly expecting that. Euro Aussie on the opposite side and the pound Aussie as well started to move to the upside. Like, he kept respecting this level and now is moving to the upside in here. So yeah, we'll see. Again, unemployment is going to be on Thursday, so it's not tomorrow. So there's going to be maybe then some volatility as well in here. So we'll see. I think pound Aussie, it's at a little bit of a better level. Oh, there you go. It's getting. I didn't even notice that one today. I didn't even notice that. So this one, I marked this one. I don't know if it was yesterday during the stream or not, but this one looked good. Okay, I already reacted from it. There you go. I didn't notice. Okay. Yep. So that was still fresh. Price just fake out this level. We do have this structure still in here that can hold price. Okay. Basically touch the base of that, can still go slightly higher. But yeah, as again, the pound pairs, they are quite bullish at this point. It was another one that, once again, since the beginning of July, especially the Aussie, it was a bit more after the 10-11, that started to make this move upwards. It's another one that is at close to good levels of supply zones in here. So that's something to be aware of. Still needs to properly break some walls in here. But yeah, nice level. So you have this level in here, you have this level, can still fake out that one, and then maybe push down. So you could, for example, make another leg up, just similar to the other ones. Can even go even higher than that, somewhere in there. That's not a bad level neither. In here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to set up my alerts again. Hopefully I don't miss them. This is one of the pairs that I don't really pay attention that much. But yeah, it's approaching a good level, so there can be a potential good opportunity somewhere in here, but still needs PI to look for that. You need CPI to look for that. All right, yeah, the end pairs, I'm not touching them. Again, doesn't really matter to me what's going on in there. Yep, don't really like that. Aussie yen. Yeah, Aussie yen starts to compress a little bit, so I'm just going to be curious to see how price eventually may react somewhere in here. So we'll see if there's eventually some kind of reversal as it starts to compress more and as it gets closer to something in there. Otherwise, you just even feel the range and go all the way until here. But yeah, aside from that, not really much to look at. Pound yen, sorry. Also, just because of tomorrow's CPI, I can again spike up a little bit. Yeah, don't really care about these ones, to be honest. Yeah, that takes us to dollar CAD and the CAD pairs. Like those were the main focus for today. We had the CPI again, dollar CAD. It was the one that it was not as clean as the other ones. Again, the tendency can still be for price to get closer to this level in here, to this extreme. We start making a little bit of manipulation here, so we broke the low, then fake out the highs into that level in here. So yeah, we'll see how price may react from this structure in here. If it just resumes to move to downside at this point. So yeah, it's in the middle. We do start having this manipulation, which is expected when price is in the middle, just to create some confusion to know if expecting price to go down or not. So at this point, maybe can anticipate somewhere from all of these levels in here to look for something. Price already reacted from the level. Yeah, so that's a little bit of what we have. The other CAD pairs, those were the ones that actually were more in my radar, right? So we had Euro CAD, which is still at the highs in here. So it made slightly a new high comparing with yesterday. And then with the news, like with the news, that was the moment that actually went there to collect the orders from this spike. And this is the level in here as well. Like so, initially it kind of respected this level, so there was no space for me in here. Price kind of respected. I would like it to have seen this low being taken. It was not. And then we had the spike, but the spike also just went straight away into the next level in here. Like basically closed the space straight away. In there, yes, we did have the spike into the origin here. Perfect, that was beautiful. But this low didn't broke any structure. It broke these lows, but it just filled literally the next level in there. And the big picture, this is actually kind of where price, price was coming from at this point, which means that yes, I'm not going to. There's still the potential to look for sales, but I still want to look a little bit more for some sorts of PI. I don't really like now the high in there. Maybe there's something there, we'll see, but I have preferred if this one actually had been broken to downside. Not just this one, but actually this one in here. That would be my idea. It was quite similar then on the pound CAD as well. But it was a little bit of a day of patience. I didn't end up not really taking any trades. Today there was maybe something direct. I missed one of the sales. I think it was on pound CAD. Price missed my level like for 2 pips or something like that, but it is what it is. I can still see also the situation where you can fake out these highs. As I mentioned on the Euro CAD, we respected this low, which means that there is a tendency that we can actually continue to go slightly higher and actually take slightly these levels in here and go a bit more to the upside. So just by following the normal structure in here, that's basically what we have. Like there's no break of a low just yet. And therefore, if there is no break of a low in price respected, actually the extreme, maybe you can actually fake out these highs, especially because these highs are still not really reacting from the extreme in here. Like it's still just a little bit underneath. It's okay level to have that reaction. It reacted, but the overall end of this level is actually more in here, not just in there. So that's going to be something to look for on this Euro CAD. In here, a typical move that tends to happen as well when you have such an important high in the middle can be that we do have that fake out and then price moves to the downside. This signals the engulf to the upside, but price then kind of comes back in here and maybe reacts from some level of whatever the money in here. Like usually fake outs the structure. So imagine that you have actually some structure in here, and from here this is actually the moment that you went up. If it counts that level, that low, reacts from something and then uses that level to actually then resume the move to the upside. That's a typical move that we tend to see, especially when you do take those mid-range highs that which we are separating between kind of the extreme and the other level in there. So that could happen. Okay, maybe there's something in here on the world time frame, on the Euro card that price could eventually go and react from. Yeah, again, yeah, this looks like it's already reacted. It looks super compressed in here, to be honest. But yeah, because we do have that important high, maybe we can use that high, fake out a high, and then push lower before maybe feeling the compression in here. All right, yeah, that was the Euro card, and pound card was a bit similar in here, right? So it filled the range straight away, it filled the demand zone, so we had all that, so we noticed that. It was also, we kind of broke below that level, didn't really even manage to break below that level, but we did manage to break below this one, and then you had that move, actually fake out slightly the high in there. We are actually reacting perfectly from the level, but it was missing the... Second. Yeah, so we are now finally reacting from the supply. We did mention about that supply in here. So we did reacted with the news, it went there, it spiked into there and it touched it in there. Now there's still the chance of our price actually going there as well. So we do have this double top in there, and again, eventually, more often than not, actually price takes this double top in there and goes either from there or from here, and then maybe turns after that. But so far, yeah, good reaction from here with the news. But again, as I mentioned, price just respected immediately the next level in there without proper breaking to the downside. Like this, which with the news in here. This was actually the one that I actually missed in here. I had my order somewhere in there. It missed first in there, then it kind of missed in there as well. So it was kind of just a few pips that it missed out. But now I'm not really interested to sell it anymore. That was just to get the first momentum down. Even a retest in here was enough. But yeah, price respected this level. So in terms of shorts, you continue to be looking for shorts. It's nice. Price already took this level, and I'm going to still be interested to see how price may react around these highs in here. Okay, it's not a bad level. It's actually kind of a zone that's already faked out these left shoulders in here. So it's a high that can actually work. So yeah, we'll see. Again, it's going to be a pound move tomorrow, especially in the morning with the CPI. So we may have a spike in here, or by any chance, if price just wants to move down and the pound dollar, euro pound, pound card, maybe even pound Aussie, maybe. If they don't really want to fake out the structure, the highs in this case, and euro pound, the lows, and if they want just to hold it and move down from here, yeah, that's totally okay. Personally, I'm still going to be looking for another move up, especially on the pound dollar into that supply. Yeah, in here, yeah, we'll see. But I'll definitely prefer if this low is broken, that opens literally the door for a much further move to the downside. In here, it doesn't really open any door. It just filled the space that was available in there. Yes, it's slightly a beginning of a break of some structure in here, but it's not the break of the real structure that can open space for price to start moving already to the downside. But it already took the demand and of the buy orders from there, so that's good. That's good. So again, it's going to be still about the pound dollar tomorrow. Looking for price to see it. It's a bit tricky to make the prediction today, just because it's going to have it's going to be with the news starting at 7 AM. So I have no clue exactly how the market's going to be at like 7:30. That's when I start being at my PC. Yeah, so we will see in terms of the pound pairs. Hopefully price goes up first, stays there a little bit, and then allows to maybe look for some kind of reversal in there. Euro, again, looking for price to go slightly higher. The end pair doesn't really matter. Dollar franc Swiss was interesting, just spiked into that supply level, but I'm still not I'm not really interested at this point on dollar franc Swiss. I was in here, I was in there, and I was not in here. Where was the other level? Yeah, in there, and in here. So basically, those are the three levels that I was looking for. At this point, not really interested. Anything on the franc Swiss was a good reaction from it, but yeah. I can move down. Price broke this level, but the way price moved there, it was quite quick with the news. Yeah, still waiting and see for price to get into a better level. Yeah, gold just goes all the way now. It's going to be interesting again how price may react from here. So whenever price retests this level, it's basically the previous level support resistance line after taking this this high, creating the all-time highs in there. This is the demand zone as well, like so we have this level, price can just respect this zone and go higher, and leaves the demand zone behind, or kind of reacts from the demand and then can use this level in here to go higher. If you do break below this level, that will be a different story, and then you can start looking for something different. But for now, this is what we have. Okay, this is the demand zone in here, and then you have the bigger one in there. So let it create some PA in here, so let it create some lows in here, attract people to buy it in there, and then you can have that typical fake out, and then price can continue to move to the upside, right? So that's typical price action for a kind of a continuation setup. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen in here on gold. Yeah, for any reversal, still too early. For any momentum, it can happen in here. And then oil was a nice one, but it was last week, right? So it was when price actually turned in there. So good reaction from here, good move from there. Now is maybe just as a continuation setup. Now we're testing this level. Yep. If anyone interested in continuation setups, maybe this could have been a short. Even though price actually react now from this nice demand zone. The clue to look actually, or to expect this move actually to continue to move down, it was not on crude oil, it was actually on Brent, because this low actually on Brent had broken this level in there. So that was actually the clue for more downside. It was in here, price actually broke that level, and this is actually a bit more bearish than the other one. Now maybe just starting to approach this level in there. So we can continue to go slightly lower as well. But yeah, this is the move which was more of last week. Not this week, we'll see what kind of behavior it's going to have, but it's already price moving away. I was still looking as well if price would go slightly higher or not. It didn't. In this case, just paused in there. Yep, unfortunately. Yeah, so we'll see. Oil, it may continue to go higher. Not really interested at this point neither. I was interested in there, again I was interested in here, and I was interested in there. Now just to add price follow is on destination, basically moving to the downside. Yeah, any levels, guys, any pair that you are looking for, anything that you are willing or looking to trade tomorrow. Yeah, this one is still not time to look for reversals. This is more of a momentum. Let it create some structure in here, and then most likely are going to have another leg down, another momentum to the downside in here. Yeah, if price by any chance comes back in here, that will be a different story. That will be a different story. All right. yeah, so let's finalize this. Again, pound, personally, still would like it to go higher. We did fake out slightly destruction here, so by any chance, if price does want to respect the supply level, it could, but I'll just prefer much. I would definitely prefer if price would go already there, fake out this structure until price actually fakes out this double top. I'll be concerned that price can do that. So any sales before that, it can be just eventually to be trapped into collecting stop loss. Now it's okay to trade double tops. Double tops do exist, and this is kind of an interesting double top. And by double top, I mean with this high to that high, right? Because on the lower time frame, this is not exactly the double top. Like we have actually the fake out, and the PI was there to potentially look for short. But in the bigger picture, I do think that this is just, yeah, just price getting stuck in there to eventually create the liquidity to go higher in here. That will be what I'm going to be looking for. Euro again, I can still go slightly higher. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen tomorrow, how the euro is going to evolve. Right, so we're going to be 1 day away from the ECB, and sometimes something that happens as well. Yeah, it's one of the two things, to be honest. It's either kind of have a ranging market, a kind of another ranging day tomorrow, or we actually can have a momentum day tomorrow. So then price starts to position itself for Thursday, for the ECB. Like for example, by any chance, if the euro dollar actually wants to get closer to here to take these highs, something that it could do is eventually now resumes the move tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes kind of a trending day, and then Thursday we are already going to be around this level, and from here we can now turn. Like how far away is this? Just kind of 100 pips. It's nothing much. On the ADR for the last 20 days has been around 50 pips, 47 pips. On a daily basis, so that would be almost 2 times the ADR. But that's sometimes what happens. Like sometimes you do have those kind of just momentum, just so then you can feel the spice that he wants to feel until a specific level, and then use the news for the day after to properly start a new cycle, for example. Yeah. Otherwise, start just to create some PA in here. If the idea is to go down, let it continue to create some PA somewhere in here, so then you can create a different type of manipulation in there. So it's either manipulation with a ranging market, or it's going to be momentum, and then feel the same space where it was coming from in here. This is basically actually a good example of that. Yeah, and the CAD pairs, I'm still going to be looking for them. The Euro CAD and the pound CAD, as price may go higher. Yeah, that's going to be what I'm looking for. All right. Thank you guys again. Feel free to share, feel free to subscribe as well, feel free to ask any pairs that you are looking for. Again, the idea is literally this is something that I'll do regardless, so I'm just starting to go live and hopefully help anyone to look for good opportunities as well. So far, the one that we looked for yesterday, pound CAD, it reacted from it still moved around 50 pips, so yeah, there was opportunity in there to trade. It was not the ideal then, the movement, but there was still at least a 50 pips reaction from the zone. Tomorrow, I have a few ideas of what I'm looking for, but still need to see what's going to happen with CPI. So with that being said, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow again. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you are still new. And yeah, comment if you are looking at any specific level. Thank you. Bye bye.